Hello everybody, today we are going to talk about a reading technique that is named Find a Sentence.
Find a sentence technique is an adaptable activity. The instructions that you give to the students will determine if the reading will be mechanical or with real interest and comprehension. Students need intermediate and advanced levels to use this activity because they need to understand and comprehend the reading in order to express an idea or an opinion for a discussion. The procedures will be adaptable, as I said before. You can assign it in groups or individual, and a good example to use it is telling the students, well, while you are reading this, I want you to choose a specific sentence, as for example a very interesting sentence, or a sentence that you don't understand, or a sentence that contains a main idea.
In this activity, the main goal is reading with a purpose, scanning, make decisions, or in some cases, this strategy allows the student to know each other through the reading. In this sense, the main approach is the behaviorism, because learners need to read and repeat the same task as many times as they can in order to understand what they are reading. Bottom-up and top-down approach is also present in this strategy, due to learners go from the whole to the specific part, or vice versa. If learners do not understand or do not recognize specific words to comprehend the meaning of sentences in the text they are reading. So depending on the type of sentence, they are going to find the approach bottom-up or top-down could be developed. In teaching reading, there are some difficulties or challenges that both teachers and learners may face, and one of these is the selection of the text, the level that the student need to comprehend those readings. Another difficulty that is present in teaching reading is the level of comprehension that is not adequate in some learners, or maybe the vocabulary of these learners is very basic and it doesn't allow them to comprehend what they are reading. And finally, the lack of strategies to apply in reading comprehension, because learners do not know how to apply them in the correct way in those readings.
You can use this technique in class with different approaches, as for example the structural approach, that in this case you can assign the students to look for a sentence with a specific grammar structure, also emphasizing on the communicative purpose of language. You can use the notional functional or the communicative language teaching, where the students will develop their communicative competence using their background knowledge and the new knowledge. Another approach is the skill-based, because in this technique we can use the 4 skills: speaking, listening, writing, and of course reading. There is another approach, that is the lexical approach, where students also can find a sentence with a lexical words or phrase, and it helps the students to increase their vocabulary. I consider this technique can be adapted to different groups and different levels, because despite of this technique is recommended for a specific intermediate and advanced students level, I consider it will depend on the reading and the approach the professor is using. As for example, if the professor used the structural approach, it is not necessary to understand and comprehend the whole reading to find a specific grammar structure in a sentence. This activity can be applied in both online teaching and in a classroom, because in both you can work individual or in pairs or in groups. In both you can use board, in both you can use writing, you can make class discussion. So this activity is a good one for you to use virtually or in a classroom.
Thank you for your attention and for choosing our video.